Mhm. So, and we have,
Hello.
hello, Nick. Hello.
Yeah.
It's
Hello.
pleasure to
Yeah,
see you.
finally. Yeah, thanks. I just tried to downloaded this app Zoom in my laptop, so
Mhm.
that's a bit
It's a bit
problem for me.
challenging, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it happens, but we're happy that you made your way here to join our reading meetings. I will start in some minutes. Okay, let me
Okay.
greet. Anik, can you please add the country to your name, okay?
Okay, I will do that.
Mhm. And we have Momo. Hello, Momo. Is that your real name? Hello?
Hi,
Hello?
hi, hi, everybody. Yeah,
Hello?
yeah.
Hello? We,
Hi,
where are you from, Momo?
I'm from Myanmar.
I see, I see.
Do you know Myanmar country?
Yes, of course. Russia has some
Thank you.
business relations and political relations with Myanmar. So, of course, we know. Okay. And
Yeah, our
okay.
country is so small, so many people don't know our country. So thank you.
Okay. As for Nick and more, it would be great if you open your cameras for to greet our participants and for me to be sure that you're real people, but not some kind of guys who come to spoil our meeting some days.
Yeah,
hmm
just give me a few seconds. I just try to
Handle things.
just set my laptop
hmm
to use it. So
Okay.
a
And
few
I
seconds,
think
please.
Mhm. And I think it's high time for us to start. So today we are going to dive into genre. We are going to read Love in the Time of Cholera. Today is the first class. And of course, we can't just start and read without any preparation. So Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Francisco, did I pronounce the name correctly?
Con permiso.
Mhm.
Hola a todos. Ahora vamos a leer la historia que ha escrito
Francisco, can you
Gael
please speak
García
English? Can
Márquez.
you? Okay, once again.
Gael García Márquez.
Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Hello, Nick.
He
Hello.
didn't pronounce the B. Maybe
B.
it's Gariel. Gariel,
Gabriel
right?
Francisco. Can you please repeat once again? We have bad ears today.
Gael García Márquez.
Gael Garcia Marquez. Wow, now we know. And I'm really happy to have you as Spanish native speaker, Francisco. Yeah, we rely on you because we are going to dive into genre. Uh, uh, so I would like to offer you a listening comprehension, and we'll know about Latin American boom. Uh, it's a kind of movement which mm, uh, influenced or has or is considered to be part of Latin American literature. And we'll have listening comprehension activities as always. Then we're going to read a story and have reading activities. Okay, okay. And we have Kazuka. Hello, Kazuka.
Hi, Happy New Year, all. Nice to see you. Thank you,
Happy New
Victoria.
Year.
It's a pleasure to
Hi,
see you all.
it's been
Mhm.
a long time.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Kazuka.
no, it's been a long time. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
so.
Okay. And we have
Thank you.
Yvonne. Yvonne. Mhm.
Morning from Mexico.
Hi,
Really morning. Oh,
Cold morning from Mexico.
and
really,
early
what
morning.
is your temperature? Japan is -1 or 0.
You will laugh if I tell you. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, we have no idea what a minus means,
Mm-hmm.
but for me, it's freezing. I don't know, we must be like 5, but for me it's freezing.
It's about -10 here.
Oh, how can you live like that?
Somehow. Okay, guys, it's high time to start. Let me share the screen. Okay, listen. Hope you will be able to understand as much as possible, and then I'll offer you some activity. Okay. So, Latin American boom.
The Latin American boom marked a turning point in the perception and value of Latin American literature both regionally and globally. Emerging in the 1960s and 1970s, this movement not only catapulted a group of young Latin American writers to worldwide fame, but also redefined the boundaries of what was possible in the art of narrative. With emblematic figures such as Gabriel García Márquez, Julio Cortázar, Mario Vargas Llosa, and Carlos Fuentes, the Latin American boom brought with it an explosion of creativity, narrative innovation, and a profound questioning of the political, social, and existential reality of Latin America. This video delves into the roots of the Latin American boom, exploring how these authors managed to fuse the rich oral tradition of their respective cultures with avant-garde literary techniques to create works that were at once deeply local and universally relevant. Through its pages, magic, politics, history, and everyday life intertwine in ways that challenge our expectations and perceptions, inviting us on an unparalleled journey through the complexity of the human experience. This literary movement not only elevated its authors to iconic status, but also opened paths for contemporary Latin American voices to continue exploring new directions and challenging the boundaries of language, form, and content. Ultimately, the legacy of the Latin American boom transcends the works of its protagonists to become a testament to the power of literature to connect worlds, ideas, and people across the barriers of time, space, and culture. The Latin American boom was a literary, editorial, cultural, and social phenomenon that emerged between the 1960s and 1970s, when the works of a group of relatively young Latin American novelists were widely distributed in Europe and around the world. The boom is particularly associated with the Colombian Gabriel García Márquez, the Argentine Julio Cortázar, the Peruvian Mario Vargas Llosa, and the Mexican Carlos Fuentes. The correspondence between these 4 authors was collected in their first joint volume, Las Cartas del Boom. The key moment of the boom was in 1967, with the worldwide success of García Márquez's novel Cien Años de Soledad, and the awarding of the Nobel Prize for Literature to the Guatemalan Miguel Ángel Asturias. 2 other of these authors subsequently received the award, García Márquez in 1982 and Mario Vargas Llosa in 2010. Although these writers, according to Ángel Rama and other scholars, commercially represent the boom itself, earlier authors, such as the Mexican Juan Rulfo, the Uruguayan Juan Carlos Onetti, or the Argentine Jorge Luis Borges, had undertaken a renewal of literary writing in the first half of the 20th century. On the other hand, the term boom was extended to all quality authors of the 1960s and 1970s once the impact of the 4 major writers increased interest in Latin American literature throughout the world. These iconic writers challenged the established conventions of Latin American literature. Their work is experimental and, due to the political climate of 1960s Latin America, also highly political. The sudden success of the boom authors was largely due to the fact that their works were among the first Latin American novels to be published in Europe, specifically by Spanish publishers in Barcelona. Indeed, according to Frederick Nunn, Latin American novelists became world famous through their writing and their advocacy of political and social action, and because many of them were fortunate enough to reach markets and audiences beyond Latin America through translation and travel, and sometimes through exile and seclusion. Characteristics of the Latin American boom. The Latin American boom, more than a simple literary movement, was an explosion of talent and creativity that put Latin American literature on the world stage. Although diverse in style and subject matter, the authors of the boom shared several characteristics that define this phenomenon. 1. Narrative and stylistic innovation. The authors of the boom experimented with non-linear narrative structures, multiple perspectives, and a handling of time that moved away from traditional chronology. This innovation manifested itself in stories where time could be circular, fragmented, or simultaneous, challenging classic narrative conventions. 2. Magical realism. Although not exclusive to the boom and not used by all its exponents, magical realism became one of its most recognizable hallmarks. This technique mixes realistic elements with fantastic or magical events presented in an everyday way, creating worlds in which the extraordinary becomes part of the fabric of reality. Gabriel García Márquez, with his work 100 Years of Solitude, is perhaps the most emblematic example of this style. 3. Universal and local themes. The writers of the boom explored themes of identity, politics, history, and society, drawing a bridge between the universal and the particularly Latin American. Although deeply rooted in their specific cultural contexts, the authors managed to transcend regional borders, engaging with readers around the world about shared human experiences. 4. Social and political criticism. Many works of the boom contain strong criticism of the social and political realities of Latin America, including denunciations of authoritarian regimes, inequality, and imperialism. Through fiction, these writers addressed the conflicts and challenges of their countries, reflecting the turbulence and social changes of the time. 5. Use of language. The boom was characterized by a renewed vigor and richness in the use of language. Authors experimented with the form and function of language to create works that not only told stories, but also explored new expressive possibilities of Spanish, enriching and expanding its narrative capabilities. 6. International recognition. The authors of the boom gained notable international attention, being translated into multiple languages and receiving prestigious literary awards. This phenomenon not only raised the profile of individual writers, but also fostered a renewed interest in Latin American literature in general. The Latin American boom was, in essence, a moment of cultural effervescence that redefined contemporary literature, showcasing the richness and complexity.
And that's enough for us. Okay, so if necessary, the link will be for you in the Zoom chat box. Oh, Abida, you have joined. Hello, Abida.
Hello, Hi, everyone. Abido.
Hi, everyone.
Bye. Happy
Hope
New
you're
Year.
doing great. Thank you very much.
Okay.
It's very cold.
And we pass over to activities just to summarize things we've learned from the video. Okay. I picked some most important sentences from the video for us just to have some simple idea of what Latin American boom is, and because we, while reading, we will face some interesting moments that are typical for this Latin American boom and for magical realism. And so before reading, we should understand what we are going to read. Okay. So we just put the boxes, into sentences. And if you know the answer, just let me know. Just kind of clue and blah, blah, blah. We should put into two, okay?
Number 1. Do I read all the sentence, Victoria?
Okay. So what should we put there at number 1?
Emerged between the 1960s and 1970s.
Okay. Thank you.
Victoria, may I ask you a question
Okay.
about this Latin American boom? It is about like blossoming of I don't know how to explain that, like blossoming of literature, yeah?
Yeah. It's like a literature movement, kind of lost generation, you know, Hemingway, perhaps. Yeah, so it's something like that. So Latin American boom is a literary movement.
Okay.
Which is represented by some famous writers which were mentioned in the video, and Gabriel, yes, Francisco, am I correct?
Yeah.
Gabriel, Garcia Marquez is one of them. Okay, Claudia. Hello, Claudia. Okay.
Number 2, it's non-linear narrative structures.
Maybe the second one is the authors of the boom experimented with richness and complexity of Latin American societies.
I think it's non-linear narrative structures.
Okay. I will follow. Yes, because they changed a bit the way stories were written before, yeah? And we can see it even, we will see it in Love in the Time of Cholera, yeah? Which actually begins with the end. Almost with the end. And while reading Love in the Time of Cholera, you will face many flashbacks when narrator makes some coming backs to the beginning of life of characters. You will face it. Anyway, the story is exciting.
Number 3, I think, is magical realism.
Yeah.
Number 3. Magical realism became one of the most recognizable hallmarks of this technique. Magical realism mixes realistic elements with fantastic or magical events presented in an everyday life of heroes.
Okay, thank you, Rita.
Thank you.
And I would like to add some feature about this magical realism is that, yes, magical events exist, yeah, or appear in the life of heroes, and they treat it not as fantastic, but as okay. They're not shocked with appearing some fantastic or magical moments. Okay.
Many works of the boom contain richness and complexity of Latin American societies. No, of the social, maybe, yeah.
Societies of the societies, no.
No, because of the social. Because of the social, yeah.
So
strong criticism.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So strong criticism is a very popular method used in literature, especially in English literature. They, especially Oscar Wilde, like to criticize some events that happened in English society. Yeah. Okay.
I think that in the sticks we should use interest in Latin oh no, where is it? Expressive possibilities of Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah, enriching and expanding its narrative capabilities. So
thank you.
Next one, notable international attention. The authors of the Bloom gained notable international attention.
Of course.
Receiving prestigious literary awards.
Zineb, did you read?
Yeah, number 8. Being translated into
Zineb, do you have this book in your native language?
I have the English version of it, but I'm sure that there are many of them in French. I've seen it in French here in Morocco, as that was translated into many languages.
How about Arabic?
In Arabic, maybe, but I didn't see a copy of it. I've seen a French version of the book.
Okay. How about Japan, Kazuka? Have you seen this book translated in Japanese?
No, thank you.
No,
No.
not yet, but perhaps
That's it.
you will have to, because it's much, I guess it's will be easier for you to read it in Japanese. Yeah, comparing the language. Why
Okay,
not?
thank you.
Okay, Google it. It will be really helpful, and perhaps you will get much more pleasure reading the book in your native language. Mhm.
Yes, thank you.
And so
May
being
I
translated.
tell the next variant?
Okay, sure.
I think that that in the number 8, we will use receiving prestigious literature awards.
Okay.
Number 9 is interest in Latin American literature in general. No. Oh, yeah. Number 9, I think, is fostered renewed interest in Latin American literature in general.
Showing. Okay. Any objections to it?
Yeah.
No? Okay, let's
No,
submit.
it's very clear.
Well done. Okay, let's read a bit, okay, just for us to summarize and try to remember. Okay, Nick, can you please read a bit for us?
Okay, the first sentence or just the whole
Yep.
text?
I will stop you.
So, the Latin American boom was a literary, editorial, cultural, and social phenomenon that emerged between the 1960s and 1970s. The authors of the boom experimented with non-linear narrative structures, multiple perspectives, and a handling of time that moved away from traditional chronology.
Okay.
Okay.
Just a second. Okay. Thank you very much. Kazuko, can you please read a bit?
Yeah, thank you.
From magical realism.
Yeah, thank you. Magical realism became one of the most recognizable hallmarks of this technique. Magical realism mixes realistic elements with fantastic or magical events presented in an everyday life of heroes. Many
Thank
works.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you very
much. Okay, Rita, can you please read?
Yeah, many works of the boom contain strong criticism of the social and political realities of Latin America.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Abida, please.
Okay. The boom authors experimented with the form and function of the language to create works that not only told stories, but also explored new expressive possibilities of Spanish, enriching and expanding its narrative capabilities.
Thank you very much. Zineb? Zineb?
Okay, wait, yeah. The authors of the boom gained a notable international attention, being translated into multiple languages and receiving prestigious literary awards.
Thank you very much. Okay, it's sentence by sentence. Okay, Francisco, can you please read one sentence for us?
This phenomenon not only raised the profile of individual writers, but also fostered renewed interest in Latin American
literature
in Jane.
Okay, thank you. Yvonne, please.
Thank you. Latin American boom raised the profile, I'm sorry, redefined contemporary literature,
Redefined.
showing the richness and complexity of Latin American societies through its bold and innovative narratives.
Okay, thank you. So, and before we pass over to reading, I would like you to watch a trailer of the movie, because as you know, we are not only readers, we are great cinema goers, and I hope that we'll be able to watch some pieces of the video later, as soon as we dive into reading stories. Okay.
This holiday season comes the greatest love story ever told. Based on the novel by Nobel Prize-winning author Gabriel García Márquez, Love in the Time of Cholera.
I write this very short note to let you know that I love you.
I think of you every moment, and our love will triumph.
Who is he? He's a nobody. At your age, love is an illusion.
From acclaimed director Mike Newell.
Your father said we must learn to be happy without love.
Experience a love story that spans a lifetime.
Over the years, my love remained constant.
Is she married?
Yes, but I'm waiting for her husband to die.
You're crazy.
Beyond wars and tragedies.
The important thing in marriage is not happiness, but stability.
And love.
To give a lost love.
Fermina, we must see you again.
A second chance.
Years, 9 months, and 4 days. That is how long I have loved you.
Okay. We're all excited how it could be. How can someone love the other one 50 years? We will find out. Okay. Now pass over to reading the story. Okay.
Victoria,
I'm here.
I could say that this story is still more exciting because the actors there are so famous.
Javier,
for example, Benjamin Pratt and Javier Bardem.
Okay. He in Rush we call him Javier Bardem. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, they just can't spoil the movie, of course. Okay. And we have Rima. Hello, Rima. It's a pleasure to have you again with us. You are just in time.
Hi, Rima.
We are going to read the story. Okay. But again, before we start reading, I just picked some new words which seem to me a bit complicated and from definitely advanced level. So if necessary, make a screenshot, okay, of these words. And we will read them and read the explanation first and then start reading. I think it will be much easier for us. Of course, the story has many new words, but still, at least I can do something for my dear, lovely readers. Okay. Let's read the first word.
Me, Victoria, me? No.
Okay. Momo, can you please read the first word? Momo from Myanmar, can you please read the first one?
She wrote that she had a bad internet connection, so
Okay, thank you. Yvonne, how about to start? Can you please read the first one and the meaning, okay?
Thank you, yeah. Inevitable, not able to be avoided or certain to happen.
So in simple words, what does it mean?
Not possible.
Not possible, or we can't change, it will happen. So it's not possible. It's not possible, yeah, but we can't.
I mean, no, that it will not happen, no?
No. It can't.
You can't escape it. It will happen no matter what. You can't escape it.
Yes.
Yeah, not possible, that it won't happen.
Yes, definitely. It will happen.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Zineb, please next.
Unrequited love. If love that you feel for someone is unrequited, it's not felt in the same way by the other side. It's one-sided love.
So it means perhaps you love and the other person doesn't love you. Yeah? Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you. The next one, Francisco. Can you please, the third word?
The Antillean.
Okay. And next
refers to something or someone related to the Antilles, a group of islands in the Caribbean Sea, including both the Greater Antilles, such as Cuba, Jamaica, Hispaniola, and Puerto Rico.
Thank you very much. Okay. Kazuka, please read next.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry.
A campaign. Campaign for. A campaign.
Thank you very much. A campaign called camp bed. Camp beds generally consist of a foldable lightweight wood or metal frame covered with canvas, linen or nylon.
Okay. If necessary, guys, I always recommend you to keep your dictionary at hand, and if necessary, check the meaning of the words, okay? Kirita, please next. The fifth, the fifth for you.
Me?
Rita.
Okay.
Rita, okay.
Yeah. To vaporize is to convert into vapor as by the application of heat, whether naturally or artificial.
Okay, thank you. And the next one, guys, it's the word pewter. Nick, can you please read?
Yeah, pewter, a hard, tough, but easily fusible alloy.
If necessary, guys, look this word. It's not very important. It doesn't influence the understanding, but still it's some new word, and perhaps you are curious what it means. Okay, the next one, abido.
Yeah. Embers, ashes.
So coals, yeah, but we find the coal as natural fuel, yeah, but embers is what is left in the fireplace after burning woods.
Yeah, it's still, I mean, flammable. It's
yeah, still a bit burning.
Yeah, actually, there is a difference between ashes and embers.
Okay.
Ashes is what you can find after, there is no fire, no embers, nothing, just, just the dust or the dirt that left from a fireplace. But the embers, you can find pieces or parts of, what do we call it? part of pieces of
Remains
wood.
of the
And,
wood.
and it's actually
Remains.
still red.
Yeah,
It's still red.
yeah, it has fire in it.
Okay.
Ashes is a different thing. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yes, but the dictionary says it's the same. Of course, yes. We can say that there are embers and ashes. Yeah, ashes that it's a kind of powder. Yes, ashes is already powder. Yeah.
Gray, let's see, it's gray
Definitely.
or kind of white.
Yeah, definitely.
And the other will be the red ones.
Embers like pieces, but still has fire in it.
Yeah,
it's
so
not.
embers will turn into ashes. Yes?
Great. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. The next one, Rima, please.
Forensic, connected with courts of law.
Okay. And the next one, Claudia. Okay, busy?
Yeah, no.
Mother of pearl.
Mother of pearl.
Okay, mother of pearl. Okay.
The shining heart, smooth some sounds on the inside of the certain shells.
Okay. Do you understand what color is it? It may be used as a color and also like a substance, yeah, that we can see, which has a kind of rainbow shadow, yeah, inside of certain shells. Okay, I have never heard about it until I was reading the story. Okay. Okay, pass over to the next one. Zineb.
Crutches. It's a wooden or metal staff used to help a lame person walk.
So some stuff that we put into our armpit and we put our weight of our body on it, yeah, if we can't walk properly, for example, if we break our leg or something like that, yeah.
Could you explain me? Sorry.
Aids. We
Okay.
call them also the walking aids.
Yes, walking aids. Who asked? Nick?
Me, yeah. What does it mean? A lame person, like a person who just broke something, like a head or not head, like a neck or back and leg, only leg. Okay.
Yeah. A lame person, someone who cannot walk steadily.
He has pain in the leg, yes, and can't rely on his leg because it hurts or broken. Yeah. Is that clear, Nick?
Yeah. No, yeah, sure.
Okay, and we pass on Kazuko, please.
Yes, thank you. Austerity. Bad economic conditions in which people don't have much money to spend.
Is that clear? That you live so you don't waste your money, you just turn into a saver. Yeah, you save every penny to make your both ends meet. Yeah, to make both ends meet, that means that you have to count every coin, every ruble, yeah, every unit of your money to survive. Okay, the next one, Rita, please, can you read?
Fastidious.
Yeah.
Fastidious is difficult to please. Unpleasant, not enjoyable. Yeah.
So it's very difficult. For example, yeah, it's very difficult to please someone, and we call such people fastidious.
Excision.
Okay, and Abida.
Yeah.
Can you please read the last one?
Okay. Putrefaction, decomposition of an animal protein, especially by anaerobic microorganisms described as putrefying bacteria.
Okay. It's what that happens to our bodies when other bodies are buried. Yeah, not only bodies of people, of course, of any animal. Okay, okay. So if necessary, make a screenshot of the vocabulary list and we start. Okay, and we will read 5 pages, and then please, guys, focus on details, especially words that is underlined, because after that I will offer you some activities on and focus on details as always. Okay, if you meet any detail of about this or that character, please try to focus on it and try to remember. Okay, Rima, can you please start reading for us?
It was inevitable. The scent of bitter almonds always reminded him of the fate of unrequited love. Dr. Juvenal Urbina noticed.
Just a second. I'm sorry, guys. As we are reading a Spanish story, Francisco, can you please tell us how should we read the name of this doctor? James, hello, James.
Juvenal.
Juvenal?
Juvenal Urbino.
Juvenal Urbino. Okay, guys, please try to remember. Okay, thank you. Rima, please. Once again,
Dr. Juvenal Urbino noticed it as soon as he entered the still darkened house where he had hurried on an urgent call to attend a case that for him had lost all urgency many years before. The Antillean refugee Jeremiah de Saint-Amour, disabled, was veteran, photographer of children, and his most sympathetic opponent in chess, had escaped the torment of memory with the aromatic fumes of gold cyanide.
Cyanide. Okay. Thank you very much, Rima. Please have a rest. And Zineb, can you please go on?
He found.
Just a second.
Can you?
Sorry.
He found the corpse covered with a blanket on the campaign cot where he had always slept, and beside it was a stool with the developing tray he had used to vaporize the poison. On the floor, tied to a leg of the coat, lay the body of a black Great Dane with a snow-white chest, and next to him were the crutches. At one window, the splendor of dawn was just beginning to illuminate the stifling, crowded room that served as both bedroom and laboratory. But there was enough light for him to recognize at once the authority of death. The other windows, as well as every other chink in the room, were muffled with rags or sealed with black cardboard, which increased the oppressive heaviness.
Thank you very much. Francisco, can you please read a bit for us? From here, a counter.
A counter was framed with jars and bottles without labels, and 2 Grumbles vouchers, trays under an ordinary light, both covered with red papers. The third tray, the one for fixed-tipped solutions, was next to the body. There were old magazines and newspapers everywhere, piles of negatives of glass plates, broken furniture, but everything was kept free of dust by diligent hand. Although the air coming through the windows had purified the atmosphere, there still remained for the one who could identify it, the dying embers of hopeless love in the bitter almonds.
Thank you very much, Francisca. Please have a rest. Okay, so dying embers of hapless love. What does this expression mean? Who can explain?
You can repeat, please.
Okay, here is underlined word combination. Can you please explain the meaning of dying embers of hapless love? What it may mean?
Maybe it's the feeling that you still have after you have had relationship with someone and you still have this feeling inside.
Yes.
Happiness is
So
unfortunate.
hapless, what does it mean, hapless love?
Unfortunate, not felt, not happy.
Exactly,
Not happy
Rita.
love.
Not happy, unhappy love, yeah? Or we know in your word, unrequited love, yeah? And dying embers is that what is left after someone broke up, yeah? Yes, okay. And bitter almonds scent is a famous scent, which people who couldn't cope with feelings, yeah, couldn't cope with dying embers of hapless love commit suicide. Okay, and we go on reading. Okay, Kazuko, please.
Yeah, thank you. Dr.
Juvenal.
Urbino had often thought with no premonitory intention that this would not be a propitious place for dining in state of grace. But in time he came to suppose that perhaps its disorder obeyed an obscure determination of the divine providence.
That's why, guys, I highly recommend you to find this book in your native language. Yeah, just read and compare the story we are reading in class with that in your native language. It will be easier for you. But no worries. Some new words will not prevent you from understanding the plot. No worries about it. Okay. And Kazuko, please go on.
Thank you very much.
A bit more.
Yeah, thank you. A police inspector had come forward with a very young medical student who was completing his forensic training at the municipal dispensary, and it was they who had ventilated the room and covered the body while waiting for Dr. Urbino to arrive.
Okay, thank you very much, Kazuka. Please have a rest. Okay, Yvonne, please go on. Yvonne?
Yes. They greeted him with a solemnity that on this occasion had more of condolence than veneration, for no one was unaware of the degree of his friendship with Jeremiah the Saint Armor. The eminent teacher shook hands with each of them, as he was always did with every one of his pupils, before beginning the daily class in general clinic medicine, and then, as if it were a flower, he grasped the hem of the blanket with the tips of his index finger and his thumb, and slowly uncovered the body with sacramental circumspection.
And please more, a bit more.
Yeah. I'm lost. Jeremiah, the Saint Amor, was completely naked, stiff and twisted, eyes open, body blue, looking 50 years older than he had the night before. He had luminous pupils, yellowish beard and hair, and an old scar sewn with belling knots across his stomach. The use of crutches had made his torso and arms as broad as a gallery's slave's, but his defenseless legs looked like an orphan's. Do I continue?
One more sentence, okay?
Dr. Juvenal Urbino studied him for a moment, his heart aching as it rarely had in the long years of his futile struggle against death.
Abida, can you please read for Dr. Juvenal Urbino? Your words will be blue. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Claudia is a narrator today. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Abida, your words are blue.
Okay, jam full.
He said,
the worst was over.
He covered him again with a blanket and regained his academic dignity. His 80th birthday has been celebrated the year before with an official 3-day jubilee, and in his thank you speech he had once again resisted the temptation to retire. He had said,
I'll have plenty of time to rest when I die, but this eventuality is not yet part of my plans.
A bit more, Claudia, okay?
Although he heard less and less with his right car, and leaned on a silver-handled cane to conceal his faltering steps. He continued to wear a linen suit with a gold watch chain across his vest, as smarty as he had in his younger years. His posture bear the color of mother of pearl, and his hair the same color, carefully combed back and with a neat part in the middle, were faithful expression of his character.
Claudia, please have a rest. James, can you please read a bit for us? We'll enjoy your American English accent.
All right, where do I start?
Yeah, he compensated.
He compensated as much as he could for an increasingly disturbing erosion of memory by scribbling hurried notes on scraps of paper that ended in confusion in each of his pockets, as did the instruments, the bottles of medicine, and all the other things jumbled together in his crowded medical bag. He was not only the city's oldest and most illustrious physician, he was also its most fastidious man. Still, his too obvious display of learning and the disingenuous manner in which he used the power of his name had won him less affection than he deserved.
Thank you very much, James. Please have a rest. Okay. And Anik, how about to read a bit for us?
Yeah, where did we stop?
Here, his instructions.
His instructions to the inspector and the intern were precise and rapid. There was no need for an autopsy. By the way, could you, if I do some mistakes, I mean phonetical mistakes, could you correct me?
We will try our best. Besides, we have native speaker among us, James. Okay, James, we rely on you on checking our mistakes. Okay, Nick, please go on.
The odor in the house was sufficient proof that the cause of death had been the cyanide vapors cyanide vapors activated in the tray by some photographic acid. And Jeremiah de Saint Amour knew too much about those matters for it to have been an accident. When the inspector showed some hesitation, he cut him off with the kind of remark that was typical of his manner. Don't forget
Just the second thing, Nick. Blue words are that of Abida.
Okay.
Abida is still...
Don't forget them. Yeah. don't forget the one who sings the death certificate.
Nick, please go on.
The young doctor was disappointed. He had never had the opportunity to study the effects of golden cyanide on a cadaver. Dr. Juvenal Urbina had been surprised that he had not seen him at the medical school, but he understood in an instant from the young man's easy blush and Indian accent that he was probably a recent arrival to the city. He said,
There is bound to be someone driven mad by love who will give you the chance one of these days.
Okay, Nick, please have a rest. Okay.
And only after he said it did, he realized that among the countless suicides he could remember, that this was the first with cyanide. I'm sorry, I will just write it down.
Okay, new word. Okay, no worries, you're here to study. Okay.
Cyanide that had not been caused by the sufferings of love. Then something changed in the tone of his voice.
Okay, yeah, Nick, please have a rest. Okay, and Abida, please. And as for narrator, okay, who hasn't read already? Rima. Okay, Rima, will you please continue as a narrator? Okay, your words are without color. Okay, and Abida goes on as Dr. Juvenal Urbina. Okay.
Okay. And when do you find one? Observe with care. Is it my turn?
Yeah, exactly yours.
Okay. And when you do find one, observe with care.
Rima?
Then he spoke to the inspector.
No.
Rima. He said to the intern. He said to the intern. Yeah.
Right. You must always have crystals in their hearts.
Rima?
Then he spoke to the inspector as he would have to a subordinate. He ordered him to circumvent all the legal procedures so that the burial could take place that same afternoon and with the greatest discretion. He said,
I'll speak to the mayor later.
He knew that Jeremiah de Saint-Amour lived in primitive austerity and that he earned much more with his art than he needed, so that in one of the drawers in the house there was bound to be more than enough money for the funeral expenses.
But if you do not find one, if you do not find it, it doesn't matter.
He said.
Okay, I'll take care of everything.
Okay, Rima, please.
He ordered him to tell the press that the photographer had died of natural causes, although he thought the news would in no way interest them. He said,
Abida, if it's necessary, I will speak to the...
I'm sorry, my microphone was on mute. Okay, if it is necessary, I will speak to the governor.
Okay, Rima, please have a rest. Okay, thank you very much. Yvonne.
The inspector, a serious and humble civil servant, knew that the doctor's sense of civic duty exasperated even his closest friends, and he was surprised at the ease with which he skipped over legal formalities in order to expedite the burial. The only thing he was not willing to do was speak to the archbishop so that Jeremiah de Saint-Amour would be buried in holy ground. The inspector, astonished at his own impertinence, attempted to make excuses for him.
Yvonne, have a rest. Okay, I will read one line. I understood this man was a saint. Okay, and as a narrator, Rita, can you please read as a narrator? No color for you.
Something even rarer
From here, he said. He said. Okay, Abido
Something
goes on.
even rarer.
Rita?
Said Dr. Rubino.
Okay.
An atheistic saint, but those are matters for God to decide.
In the distance, on the other side of the colonial city, the bells of the cathedral were ringing for high mass. Dr. Urbino put on his half-moon glasses with the gold rims and consulted the watch on its chain, slim, elegant, with a cover that opened at touch. He was about to miss Pentecost Mass. In the parlor was a huge camera on wheels, like the ones used in public parks, and the backdrop of a marine twilight, painted with homemade pens, and the walls papered with pictures of children at memorable moments. The first communion, the bunny costume, the happy birthday. Year after year, during contemplative pauses on afternoons of chess, Dr. Urbino had seen the gradual covering over the walls, and he had often thought, with a shudder of sorrow, that in the gallery of casual portraits lay the germ of the future city, governed and corrupted by those unknown children, where not even the ashes of its glory would remain.
Thank you very much, Rita. Please have a rest. Claudia, can you please go on the desk?
Of course, thank you. On the desk next to her, next to a jar that held several old sea dogs' pipes, was the chessboard with an unfinished game. Despite his haste and his somber mood, Dr. Rubino could not resist the temptation to study it. He knew it was a previous night's game for Jeremias de Saint-Amour, played at dusk every day of the week with at least 3 different opponents. But he always finished every game and then placed the board and chessmen in their box and stored the box in a desk drawer. The doctor knew he played with the white pieces, and that this time it was evident he was going to defeat without mercy in 4 moves.
If there had been a crime, this would be a good clue.
Urbino said to himself,
I know only one man capable of devising this masterful trap.
If his life depended on it, he had to find out later why that indomitable soldier, accustomed to fight to the last drop of blood, he had left the final battle of his life unfinished.
Okay, Claudia, please have a rest. Kazuka, please read a bit for us.
Yeah, thank you. At 6 that At 6 that morning, as he was making his last rounds, the night watchman had seen the note nailed to the street door. Come in without knocking and inform the police. A short while later, the inspector arrived with the intern, and the 2 of them had searched the house for some evidence that might contradict the
Object. Yes, means object. Means that something, perhaps it's not so. So this guy who died, was a good friend of Dr. Juvenal Urbina, and that's why the doctor is so upset visiting the dead body of the friend.
Thank you very much. Contradict the unmistakable. breath of bitter almonds. But in the brief minutes, the doctor needed to study the unfinished game. The inspector discovered an envelope among the papers on the desk addressed to Dr. Gabriel Urbino and sealed with so much sealing wax that it had to be ripped to pieces to get the letter out. The doctor opened the black curtain over the window to have more light, gave a quick glance at the 11 sheets covered on both sides by a diligent handwriting. And when he had read the finished paragraph, he knew that he would miss Pentecost communion.
Okay, Kazuka, please have a rest. Zineb, can you please read a bit? He read.
He read with agitated breath, turning back on several pages to find the thread he had lost. And when he finished, he seemed to return from very far away and very long ago. His despondency was obvious despite his effort to control it. His lips were as blue as the corpse, and he could not stop the trembling of his fingers as he refolded the letter and placed it in his vest pocket. Then he remembered the inspector and the young doctor, and he smiled at them through the mists of grief.
Nothing in particular,
He said.
Is found in instructions.
It was a half-truth, but they thought it complete because he ordered them a lift of loose tile from the floor, where they found a worn account book that contained the combination of the strong box. There was not as much money as they expected, but it was more than enough for the funeral expenses and to meet other minor obligations. Then Dr. Urbino realized that he could not get to the cathedral before the gospel reading.
It's the third time I've missed Sunday Mass since I've had the use of my reason.
He said.
But God understands.
Okay, Zineb, please have a rest. Francisco, can you please read a bit for us? Just one more page is left.
So he chose to spend a few minutes more and attend all of the details. Although he could hardly bear his intense longing to share the secrets of the letter with his wife. He promised to notify the numerous Caribbean refugees who lived in the city in the case they wanted to pay their last respects to the man who had conducted himself as if he were the most respectable of them all. The most active and the most radical. Even after it had become all too clear that he had been overwhelmed by the borders of disillusions. He will also inform his chess partners, who range from distinguished professional men to nameless laborers, as well as others, less intimate acquaintances, who might perhaps wish to attend the funeral. Before he read the posthumous letter, he had resolved to be first among them. But aware he was not certain of anything.
Okay, Francisco, please have a rest. Rima, can you please read a bit? In any case,
In any case, he was going to send a wrath of Gardenius in the event that Jeremiah de Saint-Amour had repented at the last moment. The burial would be at 5, which was the most suitable hour during the hottest month. If they needed him from noon on, he would be at the country house of Dr. Lacides Olivella, his beloved disciple, his beloved disciple, who was celebrating his silver anniversary in the profession with a formal luncheon that day.
A bit more, Rima, okay?
Once the stormy years of his early struggles were over, Dr. Juvenal Urbina had followed a set routine and achieved a respectability and prestige that had no equal in the province. He arose at the crack of dawn, and then when he began to take his secret medicines, potassium bromide to raise his spirits, salicylates for the ache in his bones when it rained, ergosterol drops for vertigo, belladonna for sound sleep. He took something every hour, always in secret, because in his long life as a doctor and teacher, he had always opposed prescribing palliatives for old age. It was easier for him to bear other people's pain than his own.
Okay, just a second. Guys, just a second. Okay, let's talk about this extract. Have a look. So Dr. Urbina took some medicines, yeah, to weaken, his illnesses he got in being pretty old man, 80 years. Yeah, so he got some drops of this and some drops of that. But he was convinced that he shouldn't prescribe palliatives, to other people. So it was easier for him to bear other people's pains than his own. What does it mean? This sentence, guys. It was easier for him. Okay. Who can explain?
Maybe that means that it was easy for him to handle with their feelings, like the painful feelings of the other people, than with his own feelings.
Just the other way around. Have a look. It was easier for him to bear. So he didn't prescribe anything to the rest, but he somehow took the same medicines to him. He didn't want to bear his own pain. He didn't want to bear his own pain, but he was against prescribing some medicine to others. Oh, he's not that good as we think. It was easier for him too, because he didn't feel other people's pain, yeah? But he couldn't cope with his own. That's why he took so many medicines. James, we need your help. We have debates here.
I could.
Okay.
Okay, James, we have a question. So what does this sentence mean? It was easier for someone to bear other people's pain than his own. What does it mean? Me and Nick has different opposite opinions about this sentence. What do you think? Just explain.
Okay, so what's your opinion?
My opinion is that, for example, I mean that for this person, it was difficult to cope with his own pain, and he prescribed himself some medicine to relieve the pain. However, he was against prescribing some medicine to the other people because he, in fact, didn't feel the pain of others. So that's my opinion. And Nick?
He was like arrogant. Not arrogant, like self. Give me a second.
He was like a human, first of all.
I have a different opinion.
Okay, Claudia.
Egoist, maybe.
Yeah, but it is if you are right in your opinion that this doctor always, and it is usual. I know many doctors, and they are so easy to prescribe himself any medicine for any pain that they are experiencing. And but in another hand, he was opposite to prescribe to the rest of the people this kind of medicine, because finally this medicine is bad for the body. Yeah. And in this province, I suppose, because this story is built in long time ago, probably people there, citizens, are using natural medicine there. Yeah, and probably we can see in the next reading that he is my opinion. He is it is no noisily is how can I say when people is the favorite thing well probably he's thinking that the natural medicine is better for them.
No, he thinks that
it is a province.
No, have a look at the sentence, guys. Have a look at this sentence. Don't invent any ideas. It was easier for him to bear other people's pain. So if something hurts of another person, it's okay. But if something hurts of, if he has his own pain, he goes to the medicine. Have a look at the sentence. Don't invent. Okay, James, what's your opinion about this sentence? What does it mean? Without a context.
Yeah, so his own pain was more difficult than other people's pain, right?
Was more difficult to cope, or so did he think that he took higher position and he needs medicine and other people don't need? No?
Let me read the entire sentence. He took something every hour.
Always in secret. Keyword here, secret.
Okay, I guess he had some type of physical pain, and that was very, very difficult for him. Whereas bearing other people's, I guess, emotional pain or something like that would be easier for him to do than to bear his own pain.
Perhaps. Okay, Zineb, you raised your hand.
Yeah, I think that the fact that he is taking medicine in secret and he isn't prescribing them to his patient means that he is hypocrite. Like he tries to tell them things that he isn't himself using for his pain. So he is being hypocrite. I mean,
Perhaps. Because other people's pain is not that hard as your own.
yeah. And I think from the expression, it was easier for him to bear other people's pains. It's kind of normal because he isn't suffering from other pains. He can just give an opinion without even having that feeling. But once he is suffering, he is concerned, and at that time, it take medicines in a secret way, which is normal. Like no one will feel others' harms. We only feel ours, you know? So this is why it's easier for him just to cope with others' pains.
Yvonne, you raised your hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Express
It's
your
like
opinion.
when you give an advice, you give advice, but you don't take it yourself. Like when you are saying, imagine this is a romantic thing, no? And you see a person who is suffering, crying, saying it's the worst thing that has happened to him because they broke up. I don't know. And then you say, but calm down, everything is okay. It's not that big thing. But when it happens to you, you cannot deal with it. You think it's the end of the world. And you tell the other person, do not cry. It happens to everyone. but then you hide yourself
Yeah.
and then you cry and then you think it's the worst ever.
So
it's the same, but this is medicine and the other one it's like real life situation.
Yeah, and for example, in our case, as a mother, isn't easy to bear our kids' pain. It is totally opposite that the doctor is feeling, because for him it's so easy to bear the other pain. Yeah, except his pain. Yeah, but if we compare with our feeling as a mother, for us it isn't easier to bear our kids' pain. Do you need that I'm trying to compare? That it hasn't. No, he hasn't feeling with the rest of the people. He is not connected with people emotionally. For this reason, it's so easy for him to bear the other pain.
Okay, Rima, you raised your hand.
No, I just want to support this idea that maybe he lost his ability being
sympathetic.
Sympathetic to others during his medicine career, or he just was born like that. We don't know really. But it means that he was self-centered person and he cares about himself more than others. And
he was a great doctor. He thinks he deserves it.
He will want to hide that he took medicine. We can explain by two ways. First way, it means that he was ashamed being old and taking medicines. And the second way is feeling superiority over others. Yeah, and it also supports the idea that he's self-centered person. And he wanted to be perfect doctor, not to help others, but to have high social position.
Perhaps. Okay, guys, I'd like to stop here because it's enough for us to have some reading activities. Yeah, because only 30 minutes are left. That's why I'd like to offer you some activities to compare. So we just started to read the story, and we start with the doctor arrived and found out the corpse, of his friend. So we have only two characters here, and I want you to compare the details which are given about these two characters. And for us, it's one more opportunity to speak a bit, because it's not enough just to name the detail, but it's important to tell where that detail was mentioned. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, so spread all these details among two characters which are mentioned in the story. Yeah. Just tell me this, I should put there, Okay, who always played with the white pieces in chess? Do you remember?
Urbino.
Jeremia de Saint-Amour.
Yes, we don't know about Urbina. Urbina is a doctor, yes, and we know nothing about the way he lived, almost nothing. Yes. Okay, and so what was there when doctor arrived to Jeremiah's accommodation? So white pieces are mentioned in the story. So there was a game, on the board, And the game was not finished. Do you remember?
Yes, exactly, yeah.
So, but he
It
was
was
in 4 steps of before he will be defeated. Yeah, something extraordinary. Later we'll learn about it. Okay.
Jeremiah the Saint Amor recently had his birthday, his 80th birthday.
Okay, can you tell me the color?
Green, the first column. I mean, the third column, first line. Recently had his 80th birthday. Yeah.
Who?
Jeremiah.
80th. Are you sure he was 80?
It was his last birthday, and he said he was not planning to retire yet, but then he did something.
Jeremiah is the person who died.
Yeah. And it was the one who said he was not planning to retire.
But
it was the doctor.
yes, it's a doctor.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a doctor. Jeremiah was a photographer of children. He wasn't a doctor.
Okay, I'm lost then.
That's why we're here to spread these details and never mix up. Okay.
Had bird and hair of the same mother of pearl, color carefully combed back and with a neat part in the middle. This is Urbino.
Who had the chessboard with unfinished game?
Jeremiah.
Yeah, good.
The Antillean refugee were the Jeremiah friends, the Saint Amour. They played chess with him. They used to play chess with him.
He was an Antillean refugee. He was. Jeremiah himself was the Antillean refugee. And he was also
a photographer of children.
Okay. What was
he
wrong?
used crutches.
Okay, who said Yvonne?
Yeah, he used the crutches.
Yes, exactly.
And he lived in a primitive austerity.
What does it mean, austerity? Is an app? Can you please remind?
It means that he was tightening his expenses.
Okay, can you tell me the color because I feel a bit lost?
It's before the last line in purple.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeremiah was a very was described in every detail, yeah. But he's not the main character, you know, but still it has the description of him has many interesting words for us. Okay.
Dr. Juvenal Urbino opposed
Yvonne?
prescribing. Doctor opposed prescribing palliatives for old age.
Okay.
That's purple one. The purple. Second line, first column.
Okay.
Yeah.
Opposed, he was against, yeah, prescribing palliatives for old age, but he was not against it to prescribing to himself. Okay.
He always carried a little pad of camphor. Dr. Urbino.
Yeah.
The first column, the last rectangle, wrote a letter on 11 sheets. It is for Jeremias de Saint-Amour.
Yes, he wrote a letter before he committed
He wrote a letter.
suicide. Yeah. And the letter, for whom was the letter?
For doctor.
Yes.
To the doctor. Yeah?
Yeah, to the doctor.
Yes.
Saint-Amour always slept on the campaign coat.
Okay.
The last one.
Okay. No. Okay.
The second column, last one.
He was why did he sleep? Why did he sleep on a campaign court? Because he was what kind of person?
In austerity.
Yes, and
a refugee. He was a refugee.
And one more interesting detail. He was disabled. War
Disabled,
veteran. Yeah, he got used
Disabled,
to yes. That's why he lived in austerity, and he got used to sleep somehow, yeah, on some narrow campaign cot.
Oh.
Maybe this
Nick?
Maybe the scent of bitter almonds always reminded him, like the first column. Yeah, this it was about Dr.
Juvenal.
Yeah,
Juvenal.
Urbina. Yeah.
Okay.
And he also wore linen suit with a gold watch chain across his vest. Urbino.
Yeah.
He was taking his secret medicine.
Yeah.
And it was easier for him to bear other people's pain than his own. It was about Urbina.
Juvenal, Urbino. We will learn it.
He waxed his mustache. Urbino. Third.
Yeah. Can you imagine it?
Yeah, and
yeah, okay.
Miss Sunday Mass 3 times. It was for Jeremiah San Amor.
Really?
No, the doctor, because he
the
didn't
doctor.
go.
The doctor?
He didn't go because he was checking Jeremiah.
He was reading the letter.
Oh.
It will take him more time. Urbino leaned on a silver-handled cane.
Okay.
And Jeremiah de Saint Amor, yeah, that's right. Heard less and less with his right ear.
Okay. Really?
If I remember, yeah.
Less and less. Jeremy, a war veteran? I guess it was not for him to be a veteran.
It was Urbino who heard less and less.
Yeah.
He used the family by 2 golden chestnuts.
Okay, it's kind of weak, yeah?
Jeremiah de Saint Amor had yellowish beard and hair. No, it's about Urbina.
Urbina, how do we know about
No. Jeremiah.
Amor.
Yes, that's what we learn from observing by doctor. Yeah?
Yes.
The last one is Jeremiah. It had a black Great Dane with a snow white chest.
Yes, and do you remember that this dog was attached to the dead body of Jeremiah? He didn't want his dog go, but he made him share. It's a cruel to make your pet to share the death with you, but.
Urbino put on
the last
his
is for Urbino.
Claudia, I'm sorry, is enough? Claudia?
Urbino. It is the last is for Urbino. I agree with Sinat.
Okay. And who gave lessons?
Jeremiah.
Oh, I didn't.
We didn't read it. We didn't read
Jeremiah?
it. No. It's the doctor.
I didn't.
It's Urbino.
The doctor.
Yeah. Yes, the doctor.
I didn't read
I'm sorry, we haven't read it. Yes, we haven't read just a bit. But still, it was about the doctor. You will read the story a bit on your own, Okay, let's check. Perfect. Because we are the team.
We have already read that he was a doctor and a teacher at the same time.
Yep. Yes, and he taught his parrot to speak French. Okay.
So Victoria, I'm so curious. why the author is including some special moment for Christian in this book, because he have been talk a lot about the mass, about the Pentecostal time, the Pentecostes, the Pentecostes, Pentecostes period that is part of the, yeah, it's part of our religion. Some periods we have every 40, every 3 months. I don't remember very well, but this is so special. This period Pentecostes is so special for us as a Christian. I would like to know more about why this author is adding this kind of information.
Well, the first point is that, I guess, the first point. So, the author, yeah, wants us to learn about the culture of people living. Well, the point is that we don't know exactly what city is it, but we totally understand that it's some colonial city, yeah, of the Caribbean Sea district. And I guess,
yeah, and Catholic.
And
they are following Catholic religion.
Yes, and he points out that people go to church, and mass and other events are really important. Yeah, and to skip such event as mass, there should be one serious reason. No matter how bad you other people's pain, you go to the church, you should arrive, and so on and so on. Don't forget, we deal with Latin American literature, and you remember that it points out some and criticize some social issues too. Yeah, some people think that if you go to church, you are a saint. We all know it's not so. Yeah. We know about Dr. Hurbin that he can cope other people's pain. Yeah, but he can't cope his own. But he goes to church. So don't forget, you're reading Latin American literature. Okay, who raised the hands? Who were you?
It was me. It was me.
Okay, Yvonne, please.
Yeah.
What's your opinion? Why so many sacred, or so to say, church words, yeah, are mentioned?
I think we have to go back in time and to set ourselves in that period. It was, I don't remember exactly when it was written, but let's say it was the 50s, I don't know, more or less. And at that time, religion was really important to people. I remember myself, my grandma used to say that on these holidays in March or April, we couldn't do almost anything. I mean, not to listen to music, not to sweep, not to use the room, not to cook, not anything. But nowadays we do it. And so they would say, if you do any of these chores, you are a sinner. If you do not go to church, you are a sinner, and you will go to hell, and so on, so on. So it's the period of time that it was written in, and how people believed that things will happen. Like, for example, he was regretting not to go to mass for the third time in his entire life, which for him was like, oh my goodness, it's too much. And nowadays, like, we go 3 times in a year.
And at the same time, he said that God understands, you see?
Because he's a doctor. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, so we're so lucky to have people from Chile, from Mexico, and Francisca also. Francisca, can you please remind where I'm from?
Victoria. I was born in Nicaragua, originally Nicaragua, living permanently in Costa Rica.
Okay. So we will have a lot to ask you all, guys, because you see, colonial style city, colonial life, and very, very curious. By the way, one of the reasons why I have chosen this book, because for me it's totally new culture. And we all love different cultures. We like to explore, dive, and enjoy and discover. And I still remember how we read Memoirs of a Geisha, and Kazuka and Min helped us. So now we have Spanish speakers also to help us to understand this story yeah, even more. Okay, guys, so our class is over. We had two exciting hours. It was always it is a pleasure for me to have you all, but it's time to say goodbye. As for the next class, I will announce, okay, I highly recommend you to read the story step by step on your own, okay? And I will announce what pages we will read in class, prepare activities for you to improve your vocabulary, grammar patterns, and speaking skills, okay? Because we are reading to improve speaking, you know. Okay, so see you guys. I will announce everything in groups in messengers. You will not miss it. Okay, so
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Victoria.
goodbye,
Bye.
goodbye, goodbye.
Thank you for
Bye.
everything.
Thank you.
Thank
Goodbye.
Bye,
you.
everyone.
See you
Goodbye.
next time,
Good weekend.
everyone.
Bye bye. See
Bye.
you.
Bye.